Okay, so I'm going to talk to you for a minute while I make me a coffee. Back to our previously scheduled recording. Alright, so I just I wanted to pull a few cards and see what comes out in the energy. I got my coffee, which is super strong, by the way. And I guess since we're talking about the sun and moon, we'll start with moonology. I think part of the reason that this particular eclipse is so strong is because it's in the new moon phase. So it's also about setting intentions, right? At the new moon, you set your intentions for what you want to manifest, right? Okay, so it's important right now that you be staying positive, for sure. Stay positive right now. That's important. Manifest the things you do want, not the things you don't. The answers you need are coming full moon in Gemini. Well, I'm pretty sure the full moon isn't in Gemini. It's in, Aries, probably. I don't fucking know. I don't know everything. But the answers you need are coming full moon, okay? That's a pretty good message right there. Oh, and Gemini is about communication. Full moon and communication. So, it's coming. The communication is coming in the full moon, which we're not in right now. But communication is coming through the moon. That's what it's telling us. Just like there's energy, like coming through the sun, the sunspots, the CMEs that are being shot at the earth right now from the sun. I mean, if God can't speak to you in words, how else might God speak to you? Ask yourself that. And then leave yourself open to the possibilities of all the different answers, because God doesn't just speak to you in one way. God speaks to us in many ways. Many ways. And energy is probably the biggest one. But we're always too busy with our matrix lives to notice what it is that God is trying to tell us. Okay. Moving on. New moon in Virgo. Yeah, so that's where we are, I think, right now, aren't we? That new moon, a time to give rather than take. Maybe they're trying to give us our new beginning. And, we need to be out there giving our best and our all to the world, Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Wow. Confidence in new moon. Okay. All right, so we pulled those cards. Let's see. What else we can get from this energy that I am being absolutely bombarded with? So, okay, the other day I was listening to a video. I forgot who it was they were talking about. Megan Zachariah Sitchin. But anyway, it was an interview that like Danny Jones did with was it Robert Morehouse, David Morehouse, something like that. And they were talking about the CIA, like operation, or anyway, this didn't have anything to do with that. And he was talking about how somebody explained something to him, in that, like vibration, right? Raising vibrations. So imagine like a bunch of raisins stuck in a bowl of jelly, and one particular raisin is vibrating at a higher frequency than all the other raisins. And what's going to happen is, eventually, there's some other things that happen, right? Like almost like a reverberation, okay? And eventually what's going to happen is, that one raisin vibrating at a higher level is going to cause all the other raisins to raise their vibration. And I do believe that that is what God is doing right now. I think God is shooting some kind of energy at us, that those who are already vibrating at a higher level are picking up on more easily, and then it's actually raising our vibrations, which we are then sending out, and then, raises more vibrations around the world. So, I mean, it's just interesting sometimes to think about the science of it, because there is, like provable science to all of this stuff. It's just, either the experiments have been done and the information held back from us, or they just haven't bothered to focus on this area because they'd rather focus on war and technology. But anyway, okay. Ooh. Oh, okay. So this is Reach, and I'm getting a couple of things off of this card, actually. It's like the trees, like the family trees, like your ancestors are reaching out, trying to communicate in a way that they're able, it's like, and then also at the same time, it's like reaching for the sun, like we want to grow, we want to live natural lives like nature, right? And we want to grow towards the sun. We want to reach for the stars. Like we want to be better. That's interesting. Reverie. So that's interesting. That first we got the card with the sun, and now we've got the card with the moon and the stars. And I was just talking about how we wanna reach for the sun, the moon, and the stars. We should be reveling in the beauty and the awe that is happening all around us right now. And at any given point in time, it's nature, and it's beyond our understanding. Even if you think you can understand it on certain levels, which there are many, many, many levels, but you could never fully understand it on the level of God. That's why you should be humble, because there will always be something somewhere who understands things in a way that you do not. And rather than mock them and shame them and put them down and try to change them, you should just revel and revere, in the beauty of it. That there's something to aspire to, something greater than you, and therefore you are not done growing and can be greater yourself. So many things coming through there. And I'll do one more of these cards and see what comes out. But I feel like that's just starting like there would be good. But I'm a one more kind of person. So I kind of like to see, what comes out. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm not good with the Roman numerals, but that's like 10, 20, 30, 5, 6, 36 is the number. And the number on Reverie was 31 and 29 on Reach. Yeah. The tree remembers, and look at this. It's a big tree, it's a big beautiful tree surrounded by what looks like children, right? I don't know if there's what this is saying, like, obviously, like, the tree remembers. It's like, it's twofold. one, it's like saying that, you know, your ancestors on the other side, like, they remember. Your soul remembers. But also, you know, it's like symbolic. But it's also not, because if you cut open a tree, right, you can see, you know, like if the rain was good that year or not, based on the rings, right? Or if, like, you know, how the environment was, if it was a good environment, if it was a healthy environment, you know, it was able, there's a bigger ring because it was able to grow, you know, more that year. And because it remembers, you know, it's built into it, so to speak. That was interesting. We're already at 16 minutes, so I am going to stop the video here, and I'll just pick up from another video, because if I make the videos too long, they take way too long to go through. So I'm going to try and keep them short, and you know, I'll just label this a part 2.